I put a video up and I said, a man is supposed to be able to financially handle the basic necessities of the home. And a lot of men were saying, what is a woman's role if she's not financially contributing? Anybody could get sex from anywhere. One, that is a very, very immature take on things, because a woman brings more to the plate than sex and money, right? So I want to break this down. A woman's responsibility or a woman's role in a relationship with a man who is handling everything financially, right? He is handling his business. What should he get out of the deal? Whatever he needs. It looks different for every man. Some men want a woman who will serve people when they come to the house. And I'm not talking about a servant or a slave. I'm talking about when his boys come over, she come in, she say, anybody need anything? I'm that type of person anyway. She makes his house a home. She treats him like a king on a level that looks like for him. She helps him with his aging parents. There are different dynamics that a woman does beyond sex and money. Some of y'all don't know that because y'all not grown men. Now, I'm saying you just got room to grow. I'm not knocking any of the men. I'm just saying the men that came on there talking about, I'm not paying all the bills. That's okay. You don't have to. This conversation not for you. If he like her to dress up in lingerie, then when he come home from work, she in lingerie. We learn our man. For the men who are manly men and men who are handling their business financially, there are things that a woman will do to enhance his life. He will come into that home and she will treat him like the king that he is. She will be in lingerie. There will be a meal cooked. They will have an understanding of what it is of her role, what she's supposed to do in that home. And he will feel the goodness of her presence in that house beyond sex and money. But some of y'all not grown enough to understand that. She will encourage, inspire, and motivate him to be greater, to do greater things. She will support his ideas. She will enhance his ideas. She will lead from behind. Ladies, let me tell you something. Men don't like to be told what to do. Right? They just don't like, if a grown leader, man in leadership position, a grown alpha male, he don't like to be told what to do. He likes you to make a suggestion when you see something in his mirror side, the blind spots. He likes you to make a suggestion. Babe, maybe we should do this. Or maybe you want to try this. Not, you need to do this. No, he wants a woman to be his helpmeet, to see the things that he don't see because he's busy providing stability and security. So he expects you to see the blind spots without being overbearing and telling him what to do. Babe, I saw this yesterday in the bills. Oh, I saw that. You got his back, you got his side, his peripheral, you got all of that. So a lot of men on there that came on and said, well, if she don't provide financially and any man could get sex and I don't need no woman to cook and clean for me, this conversation is not for you because you're not ready. Right now, you're not ready. Again, her role as a woman is to do the things that he asks her to do, that he is expecting her to do. And everybody's expectation is different. Everybody's expectation as a man, all men have different expectations. If that man is handling his business, you will see what his expectations is. I like my woman to be dressed up. I'm a tomboy. Y'all see me on here. This is me. I don't got no makeup on. I got a little filter. I ain't got no makeup on. This is my hair. I don't get my nails done. So for some man, I'm not going to be that woman because he wants a pretty princess. He wants a trophy on his arm. He wants to come home. He wants to take her out. He wants her to be in a dress that have the cleavage showing. He wants her to have the long, luxurious weave and the nail. That's what you need to do for that man. If that man is doing what he's supposed to do, step up to the standard of whatever he's asking for that is not outside of your morals and values. We don't want you to do something that does not feel good to you. We don't want you to do something that feels abusive. We don't want you to do any of those things, but anything within the realm of possibility that does not compromise you as a person. If that man is handling them bills, that roof over the head, the basic necessities of that home, you should be able to do those things. Like I said, here's a list of things. If that man wants you to help you with his aging parents, help him with his aging parents. Be a great host in his home. When his family, friends, your family and friends, you be the wife that's in there. Anybody need anything? When his boys is over for the basketball game, the little hors d'oeuvres is done, the drinks is ready, the beers is cold. Anybody need anything? If he like you to dress up, be dressed up when he come home. If he loves lingerie, you better have a collection of lingerie in that closet. When he bring that lingerie home, throw that lingerie on. No excuses. He like perfume, smell good when he walk in that door. He should smell your perfume coming through that door. Rub his back, run his bath water. Sit down and watch sports with him. If he want a homie, lover, friend, those are the things that you should be doing. I do for 2 households too. I know that's right. Sometimes you got to do for 2 households. If you got children with another woman, no man's children should be living beneath him. That's one thing I love about my ex-husband. We have 2 sons together. They grown now. But while they were with me, he said, no matter what, I will never have my boys living beneath me. They're going to live equal or better. I don't care that we in different households. My children are never going to suffer if I have. And they have never suffered because he's always had, again, because he's been a man of financial responsibility who is able to take care of himself without the help of a woman. You make that man's home a sanctuary, his peace. When he come through that door, he should be happy to come home to you. That's what a woman provides. If a man is financially taking care of his responsibilities in that home, you make that home a sanctuary, whatever that looks like for him. Because men went, oh, so you just not going to do nothing. You just going to take your money and spend your money. Y'all ignorant. Y'all ignorant. If a man is maintaining a household, it's because that woman is bringing value beyond money and sex. But y'all don't know nothing about that. Because y'all too busy wondering what she going to bring to the table that you can't be the good man that you're supposed to be. You are so busy wondering what she going to do, you can't step up and do what you supposed to do because you in her pockets. Oh, she make more than money. Oh, she just going to take her money and pocket it. Good women don't do that. Good women don't take their money and pocket it. Good women don't hide money. Good women don't do those things. So be careful of what you attracted and be careful of the monster that you created. Because you wasn't willing to handle your responsibility as a man, so she don't have no respect for you. So that's why she talked to you all crazy. That's why she withdrawing sex. That's why she not nice in the house. Because you not handling your responsibility as a man. So she has little to no respect for you because you busy with your hand out. She might as well have another child. And I'm not talking about people who have decided your home is your home. You decide what you decide. But I promise you, if you are not handling your business as a man to the level that it is in that woman's head, the capacity that she thinks that you should handle, she will lose respect for you. You preaching. Thank you. Okay, let me read some of y'all comments. I done got one. Y'all got to stop me sometimes because I'll go on a soapbox. But good morning. If you're here, I just wanted to answer the men because they said, Trey, I really agree with you. A man should be able to handle his business, but it sounds like you telling the women that they don't have to do nothing. That's a lie from the pit of hell. I ain't never told no woman that she ain't had to do nothing. You can go check my videos. And again, this is another thing. When I post a video and say that you should be able to be responsible for a household as a man without financial help from a woman, you created the rest of that story. You created that. I clearly said a man should be able to financially handle the basic necessities of a home without financial help from a woman. Anything after that, you made up in your own head. That's your story. That's your perception of what that. Oh, the woman gonna come in and do this and she ain't gonna do that. But the other brother said, you're right, because a woman is supposed to be able to be feminine and do these things. Because you made the rest of that story up in your head. Whether that was a 5-second video or a 30-second video, how you perceive the rest of that story is the things that you've been dealing with, the experiences that you had, based on the fact that you were not willing to maintain a household without the financial help of a woman. So the result that you got was a woman who didn't kick in. The result that you got was a woman that was hiding money because you were so focused on what she was not doing that you were not doing what you were supposed to do. And I hate to be the one to come tell you, but don't shoot the messenger. You are absolutely. Plus, my kids go to both houses. Actually, my houses. I'm a realtor. I know that's right, Reggie. Take care of, handle your. There is nothing better. A woman will respect you at the level of which you perform. And I'm not talking about running through hoops and all of that. A man will respect you at the level of which you perform. People will respect you at the level of which you perform. So if people have no respect for you, you are probably not operating in a high level of yourself. So he only responsible is financial. Sincerely, Nikki. See, this is what happens. Y'all go into the weeds. Y'all, this is why we be having these conversations for some people that don't lead anywhere. Nobody said he's only responsible financial. Now, you have built the story after what I said. You have built that story in your head. No, he is not only responsible financially. That nobody, y'all be building stories on what we talking about. So y'all got to stay on topic. You know what you need from a man, Nikki. And if you're not getting that, if he is financially handling his business and you're not getting what you need physically, mentally, and emotionally, then you have a decision to make. Maybe that's not the man for you. In relationships, we all know what we need to thrive. We all know what we want and we all know what we desire. So when we're talking about one thing right now, we're talking about a man that's financially handling his business and what a woman should bring to the table or what her roles, responsibilities, and duties are for a man. That's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about he don't have to do nothing else but be financially responsible. Just like the men jumped on the bandwagon, so she not gonna do nothing. Oh, if she don't have no money, that's not what nobody. Can y'all please stay on topic? I love y'all. But I need y'all to stop making up stuff in your head. I need y'all to stop telling yourself negative stuff. And at the end of the day, I need you to add on to some positivity to the story in your head. That's what I need you to do. You should know that you want a good man all the way around. You should know that you want a good woman all the way around. So when we're talking about one thing, it doesn't negate the other. Dude, can you ever talk about fun stuff? You don't have to be here. Hold on for 1 second. Let me help you out. There you go. You're blocked. So now you don't have to worry about what I'm talking about. Hey, socially. Hey, Simone. Good morning, sis Trey. Real talk. I need them to react ASAP with no lips, so I'm going doing my part ASAP. Right? Whatever. Nope. Or maybe he's broke or she's broke in the head. Well, then you have a decision to make that you don't want to be around a broke person physically, mentally, or emotionally. I'm responsible for security. People getting triggered. Tell the truth, even if it hurts feelings. You're awesome. I totally agree. Not true. I guess you never met a narcissist before. I met plenty of narcissists. I don't deal with narcissists. That's the thing too. Y'all want to blame narcissists. Y'all want to blame people for what they're doing. Y'all want to play the blame game. You never met a narcissist. Yes, I have. And I kindly escorted the narcissist out of my life. What does that have to do with anything? Y'all say narcissist this and narcissist that. Whether they're a narcissist or a regular person, you know when a person is treating you bad. And if you stick around for the treatment, it ain't the narcissist's problem. We have to stop playing a victim with this narcissist thing. Oh, they are manipulating and this. Yes, they are. I've dealt with quite a few of them. And they don't have space in my life because I'm like, that don't make sense. This person's not nice. This person blast off. They can't communicate properly. So they don't get to be in my space. So you don't get to blame a narcissist for whatever they're doing. No disrespect, handling business of female respect you way better. Talk is cheap. Yes, you're right. It appears that you are necessary to elevate both men and women above the current ignorance levels. Whatever the lives. Why? I'm glad I blocked you. You do sessions. Yes, I do coaching sessions. Yes, I do. You can go Trey@TreyKearney.com. Trey@TreyKearney.com. You are absolutely right. Are you married? No, I'm not married. But Greg Edwards, why did you ask that question? I don't want to assume that you're saying it because a person who's not married can't give advice. Why did you ask me, am I married? Because what does my status, single, married, divorced, widowed, what does that have to do with anything that I've learned or that I'm teaching? I can sit and talk next with you. I have stories. I know you do. Whatever, she is chilling. No, please keep going, please. Respectfully, are you a licensed doctor? No, I'm a certified life coach. So I'm not here to diagnose anybody with anything. And if you know me, you can go and see where I say I'm a certified life and relationship coach, a certified leadership coach. So no, I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to be one. Amen. Straight facts, not always the case. What's not always the case. Beautiful hair. I'm glad that you tell her how it is. Men or women, you never miss. I pay for everything, and she just kept taking. So let me tell y'all something about takers and givers. Givers have to have boundaries because takers don't. Nobody can take from you what you don't give. So after a certain amount of time, if the person is not bringing anything to enhance your life, you have to be smart enough and responsible enough for yourself to stop giving. That is not only men, women, that is your children. That is your friends. That is everybody. Givers have to be careful because takers are not. Takers will take until they can't, till you stop giving. And it's not their responsibility to set boundaries for you. It's your responsibility. Nobody could take anything from me if I don't give it to them. Nobody can take money from me. Nobody can take time from me. Nobody can take love from me. Those are all things that I have to freely give to them. And when again, we said this yesterday, and repeat after me. Repeat after me. Everybody repeat after me. It is a privilege to be in my life. And if you abuse that privilege, the privilege gets taken away. If you don't take nothing else from me today, take that from me today. Repeat after me again. It is a privilege to be in my life. And if you abuse that privilege, it gets taken away. So nobody can take anything from me that I don't give. Nobody can have space in my life unless I allow them to. So we cannot complain about what people are doing to us. Because the only way they're doing it to us is because we're allowing them in that space to do it to us. When people show you who they are, believe them. When people act out of character, believe them. When people treat you bad, don't allow them to. When people talk crazy to you, walk away. You are the captain of your ship. This right here, this is my space. You don't get to be in it unless I allow you to. So we're not playing a blame game. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for tapping the screen. Tap, 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 tap. Send gifts. I've been looking at the little emails they send me. Send gifts. Send your first gift so I can say thank you to you. Tap the screen. Show me some love. Subscribe. Do whatever you want to do on here, but don't be disrespectful because, again, the rules of engagement is you in my living room. So if you're disrespectful, you'll get blocked. I like healthy debates. I don't expect everybody to agree with me because if everybody agrees with me, none of us are growing. If people don't have questions, none of us are growing. However, we don't have to be disrespectful to each other to get our point across. Don't come in here talking mess about my hair because that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. I love that cup. Oh, let me put my glasses on. Hey, sis Trey, glad I met you on the TikTok rock. I know that's right, Dargit. Is that your name? What is this discussion about? What women are supposed to do when a man is handling his business. That's what the discussion is about, Mr. Biggs. I love that cup and the sailors. FYP. What do you think of 50-50? I think that's BS. That's what I think. But that's just me. I don't do 50-50 with a man. Is it true when people are disrespectful, they don't deserve to be in your presence? They sure don't. Anybody who disrespects you, you shouldn't be giving them space in your life. And we don't want to just throw people away, right? When people cross boundaries and are disrespectful, you have to speak up and say, what I'm not going to allow. I don't tolerate disrespect, so don't do that again. So once you set that boundary and that person decides to cross that boundary again, it is your responsibility to say you no longer have space in my life because the only person that really has to respect your boundaries and non-negotiables is you. It is a privilege to be in my life. If you abuse it, it gets taken away. That's right, pardon my heels. You got to live by that. Boundaries are necessary to preserve your energy for your own success. Yes, Ricky, yes. Good morning. Givers must set parameters all the time because takers be taken. They never have boundaries. Yes. Does a boundary include leaving or removing yourself from a person? If a person crosses a boundary, you set a boundary, right? First, the person crosses the boundary because you never know what a boundary is sometimes until the person crosses it and you say to yourself, I didn't like the way that felt. And I don't want, the person's talking to you in a certain tone, right? And you're triggered by that because you grew up in dysfunction and it disturbs your spirit. So you tell the person, yelling is a boundary for me. It makes me nervous. It scares me because I grew up and when people start yelling, then they started fighting. So don't yell at me. That's a boundary that you cannot cross, right? So now you know that that's a boundary because they've done it to you and it made you feel some kind of way. So you tell the person this is a boundary and you set the boundary. If that person crosses that boundary, again, you have a decision to make. Do I want to allow this person to cross this boundary again? Because I said what I said, right? See, boundaries and non-negotiables are two different things. Now, boundaries, sometimes a person will cross and you give them another chance. But how many chances are you going to give them? Because then it becomes abusive because you didn't honor the boundary, right? So you say you crossed the boundary again, so leave me alone. But it's up to each person individually. When I set a certain boundary, if you cross it, I just don't want to be bothered. You're not going to yell and scream at me. Now, when you have non-negotiables, they're non-negotiables. When that person does that, you don't have a conversation with them ever again. You let them go. You just let them go. Like one of my non-negotiables is you can't put your hands on me. See, a boundary, I might waver on that a little bit, but a non-negotiable, you put your hands on me, you're dead to me. You don't exist anymore. Don't call me, talk to me. You're blocked, deleted, and invisible in my life now. That's the difference between a non-negotiable and a boundary. So you have to know the two because you may let somebody cross a boundary because it's not detrimental to your health. Somebody putting their hands on you is detrimental to your health, right? Another one of my non-negotiables is you can't cheat on me because that's detrimental to my mental health. It disturbs my mental health. And I'm not letting people disturb my mental health ever again. I agree totally. I don't allow imposters in my space at all because I don't have time to figure you out. I know that's right. It is important to recognize that some people are in our lives for only a season. Come on now, Katie323, the word I needed this morning. I'm glad I'm across her boundary tonight. Are you from New York? I'm from New Jersey. Gems in the AM. What is your view on couples that contribute equally? My view on couples that contribute equally is that is their decision. That's not something that I'm going to do because I don't believe that. What is contributing equally? You mean financially? I believe, and I said this, and you can go back and look at my other video. I believe that if a man takes you into his home and marries you, he is financially responsible for the basic necessities of the home, right? That is a roof, utilities, and food. He should be financially secure enough to take care of those things. Because if not, he should not have asked you to marry him. If he is expecting you to walk through that door with his hand out, looking for money, he's not financially responsible. And I'm talking about men over 50. I'm not talking about people who are growing together in their 20s and 30s because people are still making. I'm talking about men in their 50s who are established and should not be dependent on anybody. Not only a woman, but should not be dependent on anybody financially for anything. Right? And we do all go through bad times. Some people get sick, and we're not talking about people who are sick, terminally ill, and those things. We're talking about healthy, whole men. Healthy, whole men. I just let one go this morning before I came on here and hurt you. My BF and I lived in Germany, and I paid bills, but he wants the manly respect. You give them room to grow. I agree. Your hair is powerful, sis. Thank you. It's never 50-50. It's never 50-50 in a relationship. Yes, I love your hair. Thank you. The woman is supposed to remember the black woman is God. Growth and development is a major part of a relationship. Yes, it is. And you have to check in. Hey, heroine to heroine. How are you? Yes, girl, you're right. I'm leaving a relationship that's becoming toxic. It's better to walk than to deal. And this is the truth, too. Tell the truth to women. This is for my men. Tell us the truth. Tell a woman, don't cheat, don't lie, don't do any of those things. Just tell the truth. I don't like you no more. Your attitude stinks. You're not nice. We sleep in a separate bed. I'm gonna leave. Don't cheat. Don't tarnish your character. Don't operate out of integrity. Be a man and tell her, I'm not doing this. I'm not even going to compromise who I am and make myself look bad because you're not stepping up to the plate. Let me just say this. Truth hurts. Truth really hurts. But we heal. Lies destroy and lies damage. And sometimes people don't bounce back from those lies. So they're never able to go forward and have a healthy relationship with anybody because lies damage. I know so many men and women who got lied to and they just were not able to recover. They just was never ever able to trust. And this is what I say about trust. A lot of people say, I don't trust nobody. You don't trust yourself. If you sit and say, I don't trust anybody, you don't trust yourself. Because I trust everybody until they give me a reason to not trust them as an individual. And then I don't trust you because I now trust my decision in life to choose people. And it was a long time because I didn't trust my own decision making after I had allowed certain people in my life and they did certain things, right? But I learned to trust me. And I learned that people are going to do stuff out of character. And I trust myself to let those people go. See, when you say, I don't trust anybody, you don't trust you that when a person disrespects you or a person crosses a boundary that you'll be strong enough to let them go. I trust the fact that it's a privilege to be in my life. And when you abuse that privilege, you're going to lose that privilege. So I trust me to honor my own non-negotiables and to honor my own boundaries. And when you say you don't trust anybody, it's because you don't trust you and you will let people abuse you. So you put up a wall and a shell to make sure nobody gets close enough to hurt you. And that is a horrible life to live. Because you no longer operate in treating people as individuals. You have put everybody in one basket, and that is not a happy life. I trust my mailman. Until he steals something out of my mailbox, and then we got a problem. I trust my neighbors until they do something out of pocket, because I trust that if they did something out of pocket, I would address the situation and it will be handled. And I'm not talking about being ghetto hood I know that I would speak up for myself and say, this is how I'm going to handle this, but this is not going to happen again based on my decision. Always say I love you, but I love you enough to let you go. I know that's right. Come on, Tamar. Hold on, let me see. Tamar, yes. Tamar's Class of Soul. Yes, honey. Friend, speaking truth. Thank you so much. Hold on. Let me read some more comments. I love telling the truth. The women love it and says, I love you. We do love the truth. Sometimes it hurt, but we love it. Trust your inner strength and knowledge of worth. Yep, I trust you until you show me I can't. That's right, pardon. Don't let nobody put you in no bubble of you can't even trust yourself to enjoy your life wholeheartedly and fully, please. Also have to stop accepting and expecting a man to be traditional. We also have to... No, you can expect and accept a man to be traditional if that's what you want. If you want a traditional man... that you are upfront about that in the beginning of the relationship. I am a traditional woman and I want a traditional man. And this is what I accept and this is what I expect. And if you don't step up in those roles and responsibilities, then I don't accept it. That's it. I want a traditional man. Love doesn't take advantage, but give it. Kevin D. I know that's right, Kevin. Yes. That's real. I teach my boys that. Don't compromise your character. That's right. Don't compromise who you are. Listen, that's one thing I'm going to say. Don't ever compromise who you are. Don't ever compromise your character and integrity. Do the right thing at all times. Be the best, highest version of yourself at all times, no matter what anybody else is doing. And if they are not stepping up to the plate and they don't deserve space in your life anymore, don't do the wrong thing. Don't go out and cheat. Don't go out and lie. Don't go pay them back. Walk away. Because whatever decision that you make, whatever choice you make in this life as an individual, says everything about you and nothing about anybody else. If I go out here and do something wrong to somebody because they did something wrong to me, it says nothing about them and everything about me. They did something wrong because that's the content of their character. So I'm going to adopt their poor behavior to prove a point? No, sir, no, ma'am. Like being mistreated on all fronts. I've cheated on my... Hold on, let me get my... Y'all know I be trying to see without my glass, but I can't. I just can't see without them. I expect people to stand on their word, and if they don't, I walk away. That's right. All we have is our word, like being mistreated often. I've cheated on my BM with her friends, but I have told them because I can't sleep and lie. Sometimes you got to change your ways. Met a guy last Saturday. He was very masculine, forward. I found that attractive. Yes, be honest with me. Yes, I was going to stay in Colombia, but she showed me to move on. Yes, love desires to give at the expense of self for the benefit of others because love desires to give. Hello there and Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, Edward. Sent you a booking request on your website. Thank you so much, Boldly Brandy. You are on spot. Thank y'all so much. And let me tell y'all this. I'm not sitting here trying to be right because I'm always willing to learn from other people, which is you guys. I respect all y'all opinions. And I learn from people sometimes. Like some of my brothers that come on here and they say, Trey, you can't speak for a man because you're not a man, right? So when I'm speaking and I'm speaking to women about men, I'm actually speaking from data that I collected that men have told me. So I'm speaking from what men have told me. When I speak for men, I'm speaking from what men have told me. And sometimes men will come to me and say, Trey, that's not true because XYZ. And I listen to them. And I say, wow, I misinterpreted what you said. I thought you meant this. And they say, no, I didn't mean this. I meant that. And I will come back and retract my statement because I'm not always right. And I'm not here to be right. I'm here for us to have healthy dialogue so that we can grow, learn, and have healthy relationships with Black men and women. Not to tear each other down. And I tell women, because another guy has sent me an email. I'll talk about this another day. He said that on one of my videos. He said, I like you. I had to go watch some of your videos because some of the stuff you were saying was making me mad, whatever. But when I went and watched the videos, you said that in one of your videos that men cheat because they're not getting what they need at home. And then you said, if a person cheats, it's the content of their character and they lack integrity. I said, yes, there is a reason why men cheat. There's a reason why women cheat because somebody's not getting something. Cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. I don't condone anybody cheating. I do not condone. But I know that I talk to thousands of men whose needs are not being met in the home. They don't want to leave their homes for financial reasons. They don't want to leave their homes because their children are there. It's hard to leave a home, right? So they're in a loveless, lifeless, sexless relationship at home. So they go outside of the relationship because they're not getting what they need. I have to teach women this. I'm not saying it's right. If the man goes out of the relationship, it speaks volumes about his character. And it is a time in his life where he is lacking integrity because he's doing something wrong. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. A man will cheat because he's like, nobody ain't going to know. That says everything about your integrity because you should want to be able to look in the mirror and know that you're doing the right thing. So I'm not saying that. I'm not contradicting myself. I'm telling my ladies, your husband is out here in these streets because he's not getting anything from home. I'm not blaming you. I'm holding you accountable for the breakdown of the relationship. There is something that needs to be fixed because the cheating is just a symptom of a bigger problem. I am not condoning his behavior because if he can't get what he needs or it's not going, he should absolutely leave. However, there are circumstances and situations where a man has invested in that home, where a man wants to wake up with his children and he knows that if he leaves that house, that he's not going to see his kids on a regular basis anymore. And that's a tough decision to make. And it makes him compromise his character. And it makes him compromise his integrity. Because, man, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing in his home. And my wife is not giving intimacy. And my wife is mean and nasty every time I come home. And he does not want to leave his home. So it's like, why do I have to leave my house when I'm telling you what I need and you're not willing to give it to me? So I explain these things. I'm never condoning cheating. I'm just telling wives, there is a breakdown in your relationship that you are accountable for. Him going off and sleeping in another woman's bed, you are not responsible for that. That's a decision that he's making based on his circumstance, his experiences, and what he's thinking in his mind. However, we have to get to the point that there's a breakdown in the relationship and a disconnect. So that's what one of the guys has said to me, that I don't want you to contradict yourself. I'm never contradicting myself. I believe that we all make poor decisions based on the choices that we think we have. And some men feel like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't want this anymore, but I love my children. I love my wife. She has just checked out. And what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just be here and be dry? Am I supposed to just be treated mean? Am I supposed to lack intimacy? So there are reasons. However, him making a decision to start a whole nother relationship speaks volumes about who he is and his decision making, because the best decision is, I'm going to have to sacrifice something. And I'm sorry that it might be the home or it might be the children, because I feel bad, because I've seen men who had to sacrifice their home and their children to go somewhere and be happy, but they would not compromise their character and integrity. So they had to take the every other weekend with the kid. So they had to move out of their home because they would not compromise their character and integrity, as hard as it was to make that decision. And I've worked with men who worked through that and said, Trey, I'm going to leave. This is hard for me because I've worked hard to build this home. And we're not talking about we're living in an apartment. We're talking about people who have built homes and businesses together. So it's never really easy to just get up and leave. Lacking integrity for real. My husband told me because I wasn't talking to him, he found someone else. And are y'all still together? Because y'all need some help. Y'all just need help. Because my husband told me, because why weren't you talking to him? And I'm not blaming you. I'm telling you, that's the breakdown in the relationship part. Right? He has no right to talk about he went and found somebody else unless he left that home and he moved on because there were some things that he couldn't handle anymore. He has every right to leave. Not cheat, but he has every right to leave if you guys have went through counseling and conversations of him telling you, you can't just keep giving me the silent treatment, or you just can't keep treating me this way. And you continue to. Now, if he decided this wasn't a healthy environment for him and he left and found somebody else, then it's something that you should work through in coaching or counseling or therapy to make sure that this does not happen to you again. I don't know if he's lacking integrity, if he left and you know he left and he had this conversation of, I'm going to move on now because this is not working. That's not lacking integrity. Lacking integrity is going behind your back and knowing that he can get away with it. Now, if he had this conversation and told you, I can't knock him for having a conversation and telling you. Now, if he told you after he was busted, that's a whole different thing. Communication has completely ended because I didn't feel heard, seen, or validated. There can be talk, but no communication. Tired of the restrictions. I'm restricted of everything. Hey, sis, I'm not living in an unstable, unhealthy home. And you shouldn't, just smooth. And you shouldn't. Communication is everything. Tired of restrictions. I'm restricted of everything. If you're tired of the restrictions, then you need to make a healthy move. An integral move. A move of character. Not going behind somebody's back, right? You need to do the right thing for you so that you can look in the mirror tomorrow morning. Because it catches up with you. Trust me. Trust me, when you do the wrong thing, it catches up to you and you don't feel good about yourself. I would love to do some content with you. Well, send me an email, trey@treykearney.com. Do you know what the speaking... Hold on. Do you know what the sport curling is? No, I don't. And if it's something crazy and you're about to say something crazy, you're going to get blocked. I would love to do some content with you. I don't know what that means, but if it's something out of line, please don't put it in here because I really don't want to block anybody. I had to leave with my kids because I wasn't receiving the help I needed from him. And the natural 0023, that is okay. Well, let me tell you something about character. Character and integrity is important. Character is doing what's best for you, not in a malicious way to anybody else. You get to do what's best for you if it's not from a malicious place. And we all know when we're being malicious. We all know that. But you get to walk away if a person is not willing to step up to the plate and do what it is required to have a healthy relationship with you. As long as it doesn't come from a malicious intent, then that's okay. Because your kids are watching. Your kids should not be in an unhealthy home because they're going to take unhealthy habits and unhealthy blueprint with them. So sometimes it's better for children to be in two homes than to be in two healthy homes than to be in one unhealthy home. Sometimes it's better for children to be in two healthy homes than to be in one unhealthy home, because they are learning their blueprint of life. And you want to give them as less as possible to unlearn, because we all had to unlearn some things that our parents did because we grew and we said, oh, there's a better way. But you want to give them less things that they have to unlearn, okay? 15, hold on. Very true, amen, agreed. Teamwork, exactly. Sis Trey, keep them glasses away. Character. Something is something you can't buy. You gotta have it, yes. Curling is a good example. Game on ice is nonsense, laughing out loud. Curling. Hello. No, it's on ice. Sport on ice with stones and sweeping. Okay, hold on. Manage. Block. I don't even know why that was part of the conversation, but I ain't got time today. I just don't have time today. I miss you so much, Queen. Hey, DJ Willie. Do you know what? Okay, we got back there. Okay, so let me get off of here now because it is almost 11 o'clock. Nope, he violated my personal space and I didn't care to speak with him. And that's okay. We all agree because I come from every 3 days. It gives everyone a break. Nice. Okay, so I'm glad we had this conversation today. And I hope that we all learned something from each other. Thank you, Pardon My Heels. Yes, I allow my kids to be happy even after we parted, so they're happy. Yes, have a good day. Yes, co-parenting is the key to everything. Just because two parents were not good partners does not mean they're not two good parents individually. And that's one thing that we have to learn as adults. These children do not deserve to be caught in a crossfire of messiness. So because two parents split, the children should not be taken away from either parent, because children need both parents. Children need their father just as much as they need their mother, and they need their mother just as much as they need their father for different things. We as males and females teach from different perspectives. We teach from different emotions. Women, we are nurturers. Men are analytical, and our kids need to learn both of those skills. So even if we're not together, those kids need to experience both parents. It is very important. Plus, those kids have gifts and talents from each of us, right? So if a man is a musician, his children need to be around him so he can hone that skill in them and spend time doing that. If it's sports, if a woman is a poet, or the kids need to, because they have our gifts and talents in their DNA, and we need to be tapping into those things. They need to be around us to see, oh, I get that from my mother. My son just said to me yesterday, he came downstairs and I was talking on my live and he laughed at me. And I said, what are you laughing at? And when I got off the live, I went in the kitchen. I said, why was you laughing at me? He said, because you're so passionate. And now I know where I get it from. And I was like, oh, you passionate? He's like, I am. No, we got that understanding up front. No disrespect, but young lady, don't be so fast to leave, because small things you get older and realize. Right. And again, that's good advice, Reggie. You shouldn't, and I don't know if she's being fast to leave, but we should go get the help that we need, right? We should go to therapy, coaching, counseling. We should go to communication classes. We should dot all our I's and cross all our T's before we decide to go back out here in these dating streets, first of all, because let me tell y'all something about these dating streets. Never mind. But make sure you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. And if you come to a point of this is not working for me, that is okay. But make sure that you're sure before you walk out, because we don't throw people away, but sometimes it's just not our person. Yeah, these streets is icky. Like, I'm just starting to get back out and people are just, and I'm just like, I don't know about you. I'm like, is this what's going on? Like, what is going on out here? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I'm 53. So I haven't dated in a minute. And I'm just like, what I don't even, can't guarantee a marriage, but knowing who's worthy of parenthood is different. Yes. I tell my kids all the time, be careful who you have children with, right? Because having children with somebody is until death do you part. They didn't tell us that. They told us marriage was till death do us part. No, having a kid with somebody is until one of us is gone, whether it's the parent or the kid. We gonna see each other forever. Because we got to have grandkids and we got to have weddings and we got to have parties. That is till death. So be careful who you have children with. To the young folks that's listening right now, it ain't a rush. You got to deal with this. If you have a kid, you got to deal with that person forever. Forever. Funeral, everything, ever. When one of the parents die, you got to see, you got to deal with the person forever. I'm just telling y'all, be careful now. You ain't no 53. Yes, I am, baby. I am 53 years old. People always say, why you tell people you 53? Because I'm 53 and I'm okay with that. Why wouldn't I be okay with saying I'm 53 years old? People be out here in these streets acting crazy. Oh, I wouldn't tell nobody I was 53. Why? Why would you not tell somebody you 50? Because what? 50, these are the best years of my life. People be talking about, oh, I gave him the best years of my life. And you did not give nobody the best years of your life at 25 because you didn't even know what the best years of your life was. You didn't even know what you want, who you was, where you was going, or what you was doing. You didn't even know. These are the best years of my life. I'm telling y'all, I said yesterday, I started really knowing who I was and really liking myself at about 46. I'm 53. I really know what I want. I really know what I'm not tolerating. These are the best years of my life because I'm like, no, absolutely not. No, we're not. And no, you're not. These are the best years of my life. I am secure in who I am. I like me. There's no more holes in me. There's no more voids. I'm not connecting to people, men, women, children, because I have a void, because I'm looking for my daddy. I'm not connecting to people because I need company around me all the time. I like my own company now. I haven't always liked my own company when I was younger. I was used to people being around me. 50 and up? Man, oh man, the Chevets. It is the best ever. Come on, you trying to get you some coaching and some counseling. Get you some coaching and some counseling. It will take you to new levels in your life. We all need help. People be like, I'm not paying no coach. I'm not paying no therapist. That's why you stuck where you at. That's why you don't like yourself. That's why you need people around you. Because you got voids and holes that you're not willing to fill on your own. I'm 30, but I don't want to wait. Don't wait 30, baby. Come on, girl. You in the right room. You in the right room right now. Love yourself right now, honey. Feel anything that is incomplete to you, any childhood traumas you had, any of those things, deal with them now. I emailed you, so please deal with them now. By the time you are 50, man, your life is going to start to be good at 32. If you can accept yourself and know, so I wish I knew what I knew now. But you know what? I don't, because it gave me my testimony. It gave me my ministry. It gave me my life. It gave me my books. However, if you get right with yourself at a younger age, you won't go through so much trauma and tragedy in your 30s. Because you're going to know some stuff. Get around good counsel. Get around older people who are living a good life. You don't have to go through every dead end ditch because there's somebody out here that can say, take this U-turn. You going in the wrong direction. Get you a mentor. I promise you. I wish. See, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have life coaches. Which therapy was shunned. You go to therapy, you crazy. We didn't have all these resources at 25 and 30 years old. Take advantage of them. I'm waiting on my answer. You're going to get your answer today. I just said that I got everybody's email and I got your inboxes. I just have to go through them in order and answer everybody. But again, take advantage of the resources. Take advantage of the resources. I have a coach. I have a very good coach, and I have a very good mentor in my life that I can sit down and talk to them about anything. I can whiteboard with them. I can talk to them. I can throw ideas against the wall with them. I can actually tell them how I'm feeling. How do you co-parent in different states? This is how you co-parent, period. You do what's best for that child, right? You can't make the other parent do anything. So you work with them. They're in another state. You can't make them, if they say, can we meet halfway, right? You do what's best for the child. If they say, can I have the child for the summer? And you've had the child all year. You do what's best for the child. I always do what's best for my son, right? So here's an example of that right now. I'm co-parenting right now, right? And it's not always easy. We have highs and lows and ebbs and flows, right? And sometimes I can't control him. I'm the custodial parent, so I always have my son. So my son is autistic. He's 13 years old. He's nonverbal. He doesn't like to get his hair cut, right? He absolutely hates to get his hair cut. So we have to strap him to a chair. We have to use arm restraints, and we have to use straps to hold him down. So I cannot cut his hair by myself. So I need his hair cut now, right? So his father didn't come when he was supposed to cut his hair. And this is not to throw him under the bus, because I don't know what his situation is. I'm not judging him. Something might have came up, but he didn't come. So he texted me yesterday, and I'm totally transparent with y'all. So he texted me yesterday and said, I would like to come cut Jermaine's hair tomorrow night, which is today. I had plans because I got a life. Listen to me. I had plans, good plans. But my son needs his hair cut because his scalp is dry, right? And he's starting to scratch his head again, because the last time he had a haircut, we had a disconnect for a long time. So he had almost an afro, and there was hair lint matted in it because he doesn't like to get his hair combed, picked, or anything. So I had plans for tonight. I canceled those plans because my son, who was on the autism spectrum with special needs his hair cut. And his need is more important than my want to go outside. So his father only texted me. It wasn't even 24 hours. And that's okay, because I'm going to do what's best for my son. And that is what good co-parenting is. Not how you going to text me and it ain't even 24 hours. You know he need his haircut. Nope, he need his haircut. So, yep, you could come tomorrow at 7. I'll be right here waiting. Yes, you can. It don't even matter that you just told me this 3 to 4, 5 hours ago. I could change anything around for the necessity of my child, of what's best for him. Because I'm a grown woman, and my son did not ask to be here. He did not ask to have special needs. And I'm not going to be ridiculous to say, you're not just going to come and go as you please. My baby need his hair cut. Mama going to change her plans. So the best way to co-parent effectively is to do what's right for that child. A lot of us are trying to punish men. I can cut his hair. Where you at? I'm in New Jersey. I am in New Jersey. A lot of us are trying to punish a man, and you're punishing your child. We have to understand. And I know breakups hurt, especially when there's infidelity involved. But you are not punishing that man when you say you can't see this child, or you do things to try to punish that. You're punishing your child. Your child needs to see their parent. That your child needs to do things with their parents. So when you are thinking, just say to yourself, I'm not punishing him, I'm punishing my son. And I refuse to do that, to prove a point to anybody, including the father. Bless you for all you do. Thank you. No, I'm learning, and I wasn't always here. I wasn't always here. 5 years ago, you think you coming where? You think what? Please. I would have just ignored him. But I'm different now, because it took time for me to grow to say, you're not punishing him, you're punishing the child. And why are you even doing that? You can rearrange your schedule. You're a good parent. And it took me time. And a lot of times when women are still punishing the man, it's because they still want him. They're still in their feelings. Me and my ex, we are co-parenting. I don't want him. We are not in a relationship. We're not going to be in a relationship. We're not still swapping spit. We're not still going, what they call it, going back around the block, circling the block. We're not doing none of that. We are strictly co-parenting, so I could keep my emotions in check. A lot of times you can't keep your emotions in check with co-parenting is because you're still in your emotions, because you're still giving that person space that they're not supposed to have. My first baby mama was trying to punish me. I told her I'll have more kids and don't play. I mean, that's sad to say, but you don't have control over another person. And unfortunately, she's punishing your child. But I would encourage you to never, ever give up on your child. I would encourage you to go to court and fight for that space, because she has no right. Because at the end of the day, your child is going to harbor resentment for both of y'all. Spinning the block. That's it, Simone. Your child is going to resent both of you. Your child is going to resent you and say, you just let her do this to me. You didn't try, you didn't fight harder to see me. And he's definitely going to resent the mother or she because you took my father away from me because he didn't want you. Because kids grow up to be adults. And they start to fish around and say, why wasn't you in my life? Hey, Norway. Okay, I'm a traveler and cut hair. I'm possibly going to come to New Jersey. I'll look you up. Please, Robert, please send me an inbox. No, and with her, but she said that we all together. Oh, okay, good, Reggie. I just believe kids don't need to suffer and kids need to see both parents. So mothers that are listening, that you might be trying to punish the father right now and you might be angry, please reach out. Don't do that to your kids because your kids are going to look at you at a certain age, 13, 14 years old. They're going to start fishing around and say, why my father don't come? And after a while, you can't lie to them no more. Kids are smart. And they harbor resentment for you and they'll cut you off. And I don't want that to happen to you. So I don't know how we got on co-parenting, but it's time for me to go because here comes Jermaine. I love you. What are y'all doing? Okay. Y'all sound real loud. All right, I agree. I've never met my dad, so I made sure I stayed in both households. I'm there every 3 days. Awesome, Reggie. Keep being a great dad. You're a contractor, Robert. Okay, the child is first. I'm a foster parent, biological aunt to these girls. I know that's right, girl. I give you hugs and kisses for that because our children need stability and security no matter what. So let me get off of here. I love y'all. We just be going on a tangent. We just be going from left to right. We go from one subject, but it's a healthy transition. So I thank y'all for allowing me to be in your life. It is a privilege to be in your life. Oh, look at the sunshine. The sunshine just came in. I'm so excited. I may go for a walk, even though it's 34 degrees. And you know, black folks, we don't like the cold. I might go for a 5-minute 3-minute walk. I might walk to take the trash out and walk back. Y'all know I'm not going outside in this cold. Don't let the sun fool you. Very therapeutic. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm not going back. A lot of people said you should go back to school to be a therapist. No, I don't like school. Can I just say that? I don't like school, so I'm not going to be a therapist. I'll get my certifications because there's a short window to that. I don't like school. I never did. And I just don't want to do it. So many people say, you could be such a great therapist. I'm not going back to school to be a therapist. I'll coach you. I will coach you. Life is the best teacher. Have a good weekend. You too. Have a safe weekend. I like coaches because they are solution-based. Yes, and I like being a coach. I like to get you from where you are to where you're trying to go. I don't want to dig in past trauma. That's just not my thing. It might trigger me. So true. I like coaching. I love it. I love coaching. I love to see a person set a goal, and I love to see us reach that goal arm in arm. I love that. I love to see at the end of the day when a woman starts a business after she's been devastated from infidelity and we tap into her greatness, and the next thing you know, we starting businesses and she doing graphics, and oh boy, she didn't let him go and she then started to co-parent effectively and she started to thrive like a flower. I love that. I'd be like, yes, sis, that men too, because men hurt too. Men hurt too. That's my book. Men hurt too. I love my men. Because along my journey, I got the title Men Hurt Too because I was on my journey and I was teaching women about infidelity. And my first book is It's Healing Time, Restoring Hope in Women After Infidelity. My second book is Men Hurt Too because along the journey, men started saying, what about us? When we get cheated on, it hurts us too. And I was like, whoa. It was eye-opening. And then I started to look at my boys and the journey of manhood through a mother's eyes. I started looking at how I had affected my sons on this journey. So that's how the book Men Hurt Too came about, how men have to deal with certain things. And it's just a book to free them. If you are a man, go to menhurt2.com and there's a recording on there for you, a free recording, menhurt2.com. You can get the book on my website, www.treykearney.com. Or you can get the book at Men Hurt Too. The shipping is a little bit higher on there. I don't know why it just automatically went up. I guess because the cost of shipping. But if you go to my website, the shipping is a little bit cheaper. menhurt2.com. And there's a recording that I want you to go listen to on menhurt2.com. And you can order the book too. But I'm honestly telling you, the shipping is a little bit higher than the website, www.treykearney.com. It's a little less expensive. We do need our men, and I'm glad you said that. We need our men healthy, whole, and healed, and they need compassion, empathy, love, and respect from us. So let me go now. Remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts? You deserve the best. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve the best. Now go get it. Peace and blessings. I love you guys, and I will see you maybe tomorrow. I got to think about that. Maybe tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, depending on what's going on Saturday. Simone, I'll talk to you on the 1st. Maybe we'll talk sooner. Thank you. Love you too. So I'll see you guys later. Peace and blessings. Have an amazing weekend. Do something nice for yourself. Love on yourself. Set boundaries. And remember, the only person that has to honor your boundaries is you. Peace.